Decepticons. Yeah, that was a bit of a bad choice. Hey, Snakeo here with another custom figure review. Thought I'd try a bit of my little voice acting going on there. Failed epically, as you all saw. And I've just minced my throat. Great timing for this review. Anyway, on to the figure. What I've done here is a few tweaks and a few twerks before I've gone for my paint job. And I wanted to show you, like I said, before I do a paint job, so you can actually really see what I've done. Man, I really shouldn't have started with that. I cannot talk now. Okay, so what I've got, what I've done, as you can see, looks quite different from, well, actually doesn't look really any different apart from his fusion cannon. I've squished it. I've squished it right down. I think I made it a bit too short in my opinion, but I still really like it. And I think it looks absolutely, I think it looks a lot better than the honking piece of rubbish that we got with him. I've also, you might be able to see it from the thing, is he's got black parts here. And I'll go over them in a sec. And I've given him a solid blade which he can actually hold. So let's go over the fusion cannon first, and then we'll go over everything else. Now, as I have two of these, I've got the other one here. This is the gimmick thing which I absolutely despise. You push this in and it doesn't stay in, and you're supposed to get a blade out of it, but it kind of doesn't. It doesn't really work, and I hate these things. Anyway, yeah, it's massive. You've like put it on, it's just ridiculously oversized and it looks silly. This is what I have done. Now I've very simply just cut off on this line here, pretty much going all the way down, and I've cut off this part here, and I've extended that part here. I've basically, it's kind of weird, I've taken this back part here from here up, that's this little bit here is actually in there, okay, and then I've glued that on top just to give it a bit of length, because before when I had that just on there it was a bit short. Now you can see he's got like this one wing. I used that just to try and hide the gap a bit because it was still quite gappy, which I didn't like. And he did have two, but literally just as I've gone to the review, the other one's come off. So I'm not sure if I'm going to keep him or not, but I figured I'd show you. This is basically just, as you can see, this plate here. Do you know what? Actually, I think it's, yeah, there you go. It's this part here, this upper part, with this bit chopped off, this chopped off, and sanded down a little bit, filed down. I'm not happy with it, to be honest, and I don't like it, so I'll figure something else out. But like I said, I just want to show you my fusion cannon. No gimmicks, no lights, it's actually just a toy, you know, just what it is. There's no mechanics in it. Yeah, he's got the cogs, but that was just because that's on the underside there. Moving on to his blade, I basically just undid the screws of the cog bits, undid these screws here. They're not focusing, there you go, and just glued it together like that. And then these little white cogs here, I clipped one down, I drilled a hole in, and I've actually glued it, if you can see, focus, it's actually in the actual plastic, so it's a lot more of a snug and a lot more sturdier fit, so I can move it around and it won't just pop off and get stuck in the hole. So that's pretty cool. So I can have that on either hole if I wanted, like a little blade, or I can go in that blade, or I can go in here. I haven't done anything with these, I just thought I'd leave it on there because it looks menacing. And then finally what I've done with this guy is he can actually bring his arm up and he can bring it round. He can touch his hands, he can clap, ladies and gentlemen, he can clap. And a round of applause for Megatron. Megatron! I don't know why I keep doing that. Very, very simple custom, and I've been umming around about what to do. What I was originally going to do was I was going to put a cut in here and make it a bicep cut. Because I'm a much bigger fan of a bicep cut than I am of an elbow swivel. But because, if I can get his arm up, you actually need this peg hole. The only place I'd have been able to do it was here. And to get a swivel in such a small space, I almost did it, but I just figured this would probably be the easier solution and probably would keep the look of the figure better intact, because that cut goes pretty much straight through this like little symbol here, or this little design here. So I just chose against it. I thought it was just not the best way to do it. As I showed you in my previous video, he's got the custom shoulders, so he can actually bring his arms all the way up without any problems, and he can bring the elbows forward, no problem. He can rotate at the elbow at any point. He can also rotate at the glove at any point. So it's very, very cool. The pegs I've actually used, I will show you in a second, and all I've done, actually this one's probably the better one to show you, is I just put, there you go, is I've just drilled a small hole up to that point there, and I didn't go past that, and then I've just cut this peg to the right size, so basically that's how it looks, and then I've just glued it in. Come on, focus. Sometimes this camera's awesome, sometimes it's like no. So if I bring it around like that, you can see, and it looks really, really well. It does want to just swivel on there opposed to here, so if you want to get the glove swivel, it's ideal to bend it and then swivel it. And because I've actually drilled it in, it's got a lot more resistance. So if I just cut the joint off and then glued it straight on, it would snap off no problem. Because I've actually made a hole for it first, it goes on really, really well. Let me get these bits out of the way. Sorry. The joints I've used are off of Transformers Animated Bumblebee. I got a load of Transformers a while back, and this was just one of the ones that came in as like bulk buy. I actually got a Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, Optimus Prime and Jetfire, and in that bulk had a load of other little ones, and this was one of them. It's incomplete, that's how I got it, so I don't care. And I got one that actually had less than this, and I've used these pegs just here, cut them off there, trimmed it down to about there, glued them in, done. Didn't have to sand it or anything. I got my Dremel inside the actual joint. Excuse me. I got my Dremel actually inside there, and I kind of just made it a bit more of like a cup inside the actual thing, so it fits in and it doesn't pop out, and it fits super snug. And that was it. It was really, really easy, and I believe he transforms fine. Having said that, I've not actually tried it yet, so let's find out. Before I do, one last thing I actually want to do to this guy is I want to figure out a better solution to these, and if I do, before I paint him, I will show you. I'm thinking of maybe a hinge or something, so he can come down and collapse him under here to maybe hide this hole. We shall see. But for now, let's go into transformation. So I'm not actually going to explain the transformation, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. And that's my battery dying. It's fine. I'll finish this video. I'm trying to do this off the top of my head, and I cannot remember how. No, I was right the first time. There you go. Oh, that doesn't want to turn. Why didn't I want to turn? You have to have them facing the right way, because if you don't, then they don't want to peg in. Oh, I really shouldn't have done that voice. My throat is killing me. I've been playing around with voices the last few days, been doing certain things. Right, they're pegged together, and then that should just go in there. I just line it up. It's a bit more of a finessing because of the more flexibility in the elbows. And that might be one of the reasons why they actually didn't give him one. I've always been curious about that. But there you go. That's that part in. Get the crotch out of the way. Well, that tight's gone really joint for some reason. Really joint. That tight's gone really joint. And my English has gone out the window. There we go. That's that all goes together. Put that up there, put it up there. Am I doing that wrong? No, that's right. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not really doing much talking this part. I'm just trying to just get it in there quick so I can show you guys. That's what all the guys say. But suppose back to the official transformation. Incidentally, while I'm doing this, if you are curious about how to do the shoulder mod, then just watch my Megatron review. I explain it in that. I think I even gave a link to the other guy who did it. Oh. You know, I think I've already proven my point. These things are working fine. Oh, you know what? I don't care anymore. I just wanted to show you this video. I wanted to be quick, and now it's been a pain in the backside. Yeah, I know it's not official, but it's my preferred transformation. And give me a minute. As I'm trying to show a custom tip, I suppose I should really be doing the official one, but for some reason it's popping that out. Why not working? That's why it ain't working. There you go. Sorry if this is on camera either. Like I said, I'm just trying to do this quick, and it's a lot easier to do it when I'm not looking at the camera. A lot easier. And that bitch doesn't want to go in. Do you know what? There you go. Megatron. Now, my little fusion cannon on here. Oh, I need to add something to that actually. There you go. I think I put it at a bit of an angle though. That's my real problem with it. So I need to tweak with it. But let's go with the cannon. Now, what I've seen someone else do this actually. I can't think of his name. I'll try and put a link in the description. But I think he's actually moved this forward a bit so the cannon sits a bit more like there, which I think is a really good idea. Because with it on the back, it's kind of, yeah, it's like really far back. What I've had to do here was I took off these parts here, and I've actually put them inside those holes, so it would so this has got something to grip onto, because underneath that is completely hollow. So these bits here are actually resting on them bits there, and they're glued in on the side, so it's a nice snug. You know, it's really, really snug. Forgot to add that. But anyway, guys, that's my custom Megatron review. When I can figure out the back wings and I finally paint him, I'll show him one last time, and that'll be me done with him. As per usual, guys, thanks for watching. Please leave your comments and links below. Please subscribe, and I will catch you guys later. Bye-bye.